that how do you straighten out so many things in a short period of time?
Right.
Because Brandon Harris has got to give us more hope than we've got right now with him, because his play in the first game of the year, where he should be exquisitely prepared, was very, very disappointing. I was hopeful coming into the year, but my gosh, my hopes got dashed.
Your hopes, a lot of the LSU faithful's hopes as well. Now, and I don't want to belabor the point about LSU, but they signed the kid from Brother Martin. What's his name? Brogy? Jake Brogy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brogy, yeah.
Yeah. And that kid was a very, very solid quarterback for Brother Martin. I think he's like 6'4", 190, and I'm thinking, will we get a chance to see him, or has he been redshirted?
I'm sure they're going to try to redshirt because he wasn't recruited. I believe he's a walk-on.
Wow. Okay.
Because he was not, because we had him on, we had him on the Countdown to the Original show last year. And he wasn't offered. And I was familiar with Jake when he started out at H.L. Bourgeois. I mean, he transferred to Brother Martin from H.L. Bourgeois. And so I knew, coaches down there knew about him and his development. I was surprised he wasn't offered because, a fine-looking young man, somebody who is an imposing, athletic looking guy, but he wasn't offered, and I was very.
Coach. Okay, we lost Coach temporarily. Hopefully he will be. Yeah, his call dropped. So fans, just sit tight. We will get Coach back into the queue. But Professor, just based upon what Coach was talking about, and I know a lot.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, all right, Coach. All right.
There he is, Captain the Ghost, appearing back.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
No, that's okay.
That ain't these smartphones. They're too smart for us, Dad.
Oh gosh, this was a computer. This is through Google Hangouts. I get to use a headset.
The Hangout. That's even more trouble because I have them. I have Hangouts too.
There you go. I thought I was hitting the X for a website. I hit the X for the whole thing. So good grief. So that's
okay. Well,
I'm just like y'all. If there's anything that could get messed up, I certainly am more than capable of doing it. But anyway, getting back to Jake, he's right now. He's not even on the varsity roster.
Wow.
Now you have Trey LaForge. Here are the quarterbacks: Brandon Harris, of course, Tiger Scheid from Florida, which I believe is the and then Lindsey Scott from Zachary, an athletic quarterback.
Lindsey Scott Jr., right?
Going to be a good one. Yes, Lindsey Scott Jr. That's right.
Wow, look at that.
Danny Etling, and he's the one that I believe could be somebody that got some repetitions this past week. LaForge, who's a drop-back passer out of Jesuit, and Justin McMillan from Texas, a freshman redshirt. So I believe, I'm trying to remember, I'm scratching my head. I believe Danny Etling has been the backup quarterback, and he actually got some first-team reps this week.
Okay.
Is a word that we're getting. So I don't know if that's to light a fire under Brandon Harris's butt, but I don't think you need to light a fire under a young man to have him compete. To tell you the truth, I mean,
not after being there for 3 years.
Motivated playing in Lambeau Field,
yeah,
and his preparation. He's even talking to Archie Manning about him at the Manning camp. Had a very impressive summer and is always doing what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it, but just did not produce, and that's ultimately what you judged on.
Yeah,
in college football, in anything. We're always judged on what our production is. And whatever the reasons, and I'm trying to look for reasons and not excuses, but still it comes down to him making plays. Offensive line certainly didn't play as good as they're capable, not even close. We found out that the receivers, even though they're imposing-looking young men, have a very narrow catch radius. Mm-hmm. They really don't help very much in catching balls that are just a little bit off track. Obviously, Traven Doral turns out to be, certainly was the other day, a much better player than Malachi Dupree. Dupree's, I was very disappointed in some of the catches he didn't make because not every throw was as good as it could have been. But guess what? That's what you're supposed to catch those,
right?
In major college football, especially if you think of yourself, as I'm sure Dupree does in his junior year, think of being an NFL prospect. So it was a team effort, could be much better. That's what, once again, is so disappointing that there's so many things that they've got to get better at real fast.
Yeah. Not only that, I know they're going to play Jacksonville State on Saturday, but Josh Boutte, that play after the young man intercepted the ball, when he went down and hit the young guy, to me, I thought Boutte was just trying to go for a tackle. I didn't think he was trying to do anything vicious to the young man or not, but he's going to be suspended for one game, and that is a blow to their offensive line right there.
Absolutely, and that very well could have happened, what you described, Kyle T. I don't know for sure, but when I saw it, I thought, because the young man was running, it looked like he was running, so that could be the most disappointing part of that whole play. Of that whole episode, that the end of that play, is that's the hardest hit that the offensive line made the whole game.
Okay, Coach, that's cool. Oh, my goodness. Well, hey, you'll have a point. That offensive line was not attacking. They were allowing themselves to be attacked by Wisconsin. And J.J. Watt's younger brother, T.J., looked like he was J.J. So,
ooh, boy, didn't he?
Oh, man, that guy was in the backfield all day long. He was hanging out with Harrison and Fournette. So it was disappointing. Hopefully these guys will have a chance to turn it around. But Alabama looks so strong. I can tell you that. They look really, really good. I don't think anybody will have a chance to beat these guys in the SEC. Okay, let's turn our eyes over quickly to Tulane. They had a very very good performance from their defense when they played Wake Forest. I think the score was 7-3, the final score. The coach, I heard him today on WWL say that they left some plays as well as some potential points off the board because one was a block kick. And, just looking at what this program is going to do, and I know they're going to face the Jaguars of Southern University on Saturday in New Orleans, which should be a pretty good little contest. How do you see Tulane this season, and what is this doing for them to recruit better players?
Well, they certainly should have a positive outlook after going to Wake Forest and holding them to 7 points, and in the whole second half, really keeping Wake Forest well bottled up. Tulane just couldn't finish drives. Glenn Coulier from Mandeville High School got his first start, got his first college action, as a matter of fact, as quarterback for the Green Wave, and he's got a long way to go, but you see some hope there. So Tulane can have some hope from the way that they performed as Coulier gets better at what he's doing, because their offense, the Tulane offense, is option-oriented. He's making a read on just about every play in their offense, and he made some mistakes. He carried the ball 22 times, and the rest of the running backs, who are quite good, carried the ball 25 times. So that's got to turn around a bit. The running backs need to do the bulk of the carries, and Coulier not so many. So, and many of the times he ended up with the football. Some was sacks and drop back passes because the Green Wave offensive line is really having difficulty in their drop back pass technique. But Gaille has got to do a better job, and he will. I have confidence in the young man that he's going to do a better job in running their offense. So a new quarterback, a new scheme completely offensively. But if you can hold the opposition down, that certainly gives you some hope. And the kicking game was much better as well, even though they got one kick blocked, partially blocked. Their snap to kick and snap to punt and snap to hold was much better than it was a year ago, so they're much more solid in the kicking game. So there's a lot of hope left at Tulane. And also another school that has some hope is the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. They go up to Arkansas and they lose, and they lose late in the game. They lose to Arkansas 21-20. So Louisiana Tech had the lead late in the game till the Razorbacks came back and won. So there's three teams from Louisiana that lost: LSU, Tulane, Louisiana Tech. Two schools have hope. One school is hopeless. I hope it's not hopeless, but really has a lot of negative feeling. But it just shows you that winning and losing can be viewed different ways at different places. All three of them can wind up with successful seasons. In my mind, Tulane can be successful if they compete every week,
right,
and you show improvement from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. LSU, if not this year, when? They've got to get back on track really fast and getting the offense cranked up and running the way it's supposed to. There's a lot of questions to be answered there.
Yeah, if it were not for Fournette, it would not have even been close. If it were not for the young man intercepting the ball and taking it back, which was an outstanding play on his part, I think LSU would have been in some serious trouble. I'm surprised that they still had a ranking after that game, to be honest with you. Some say we needed some hope. Some say they need to get rid of the dope on the sideline in the hat, the Mad Hatter. So
he's definitely on the clock.
Yeah, he is a gain.
No doubt.
A gain after a new contract. Okay, guys. Professor, tell us about our sponsor over at Biz Cash Fast.
Biz Cash Fast is a consultant firm that specializes in coming in and taking a look at businesses. And if there's an opportunity where they can provide funding to streamline and increase your profits, then Biz Cash Fast is the company that you want to hire to come in. They focus on accounting and finance, human resource management, and project management, and take a look at your organization structure to make sure that you are effective and efficiently running your business. That's Biz Cash Fast at www.bizcashfast.com.
All right. And we have a new sponsor for Saints News Radio that's sponsoring these shows this season. We have college campus tours. If your young one is having some difficulties trying to select the right college, or if they need help trying to make sure they have the right school that fits the culture that you want them to be in, College Campus Tours provides all type of escorts of college tours across the United States. While on these tours, the students are captivated by carefully planned lessons that inspire creativity and critical thinking skills. These tours have three major components: college readiness, leadership development, and life skills. So if you have a question about where your young one is going to go, maybe they're a junior or a senior at this particular time, so they still can go on the tours this spring, please call 404-755-3535 or go to www.collegecampustours.net and ask for Sean Lane and tell him you heard it on Saints News Radio or from the coach's office. Okay, let's turn our sights to no bigger news than our beloved Saints coach and Professor.
I just want to listen. I just want to listen to Dad.
And I